Hello minivan lovers. Today we have a GCD model of the first generation Toyota Previa. In Japan it was called the Estima, and it was called the Tarago in Australia, although I'm probably not pronouncing that right. This is actually a licensed product here by Toyota. Okay, it's got the Nighthawks Diner kind of packaging there, and a nice little finger pull here for this tab. This might be the first box I've seen with such a logical thing. So good for you, GCD. Well, outline of the car there. The first generation Previa, as I'm going to call it in this video, first came out in 1990. And the Previa spanned 3 generations, ending in, I guess, 2019. Alright. Previa is derived from Spanish and Italian for preview. This is really smart tape as well. You know, I can get my finger under it. It doesn't, you don't have to take your fingernail and like claw away at it. So that's good. Let's see. Toyota saw the name Previa as the vehicle that would showcase newer technologies used in future minivans. I don't know if that's really the case because the thing doesn't exist anymore. The nameplate, that is. This was the second largest minivan by Toyota at the time. You know, the largest was the Alvarado, or the Velfire. This thing is quite abraded from paper. Paper is abrasive, if you guys didn't know that. So we got a nice blister pack, kind of like a mini GT, and I bought this off AliExpress. Pretty sure the dealer went and added all this stuff to ensure safe shipment. Probably, maybe even this tape as well. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I just don't see this kind of white foam being sold at a store. But I don't mind this extra packaging because it means I get a safe model. One thing I don't like about GCD is this absolutely worthless base. If you can't screw the model to the base, it's just going to roll around and break the windows and mirrors, and everything rigid is going to break, right? It just doesn't make sense to me. It would be cheaper and better to just put it in a mini GT box, because honestly, who's going to use this when the thing's just going to roll around? You get the idea. Oh boy, even more protective stuff. This one might need some scissors. Hold on. Alright, this first generation was sold between 1990 and 1999 internationally. 2.2 up to 2.4 liter inline 4-cylinder engines, turbocharged, a diesel, a supercharged, and a regular. And this was a mid-engined vehicle. The actual engine was underneath the front seats, and it was tilted at 75 degrees. And this actually led to a even front-rear weight distribution, which is pretty nice to have. But unfortunately, it didn't allow Toyota to insert larger engines. So when it was competing in America, it didn't do too well because it had poor fuel economy, and the domestic vans were just more powerful. Okay. 2 designers get credit for designing this thing at Toyota. There's a gentleman, Fukuichi, and then David Doyle from Calty. And they only had one sliding door for the rear passengers, and apparently it's probably on this side of the car. Alright, so this is a JDM spec. So this, I guess, is a Toyota Estima now, if it's Japanese. But in America, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety gave the Previa a poor rating. So kind of a death trap maybe, or not the safest vehicle. I mean, if you think about it, if you crash and your legs are, well, I don't know, the front seats are pretty far back. I'm not sure. So, not the best photos. I didn't pay attention to the doors. So actually, these photos are completely opposite of the model. But we're going to move forward. These mirrors are rigid plastic, so keep that in mind. This thing does steer, so that's kind of a GCD thing. I have a GCD Mercedes limo, it steers. I have their Actros car transporter, which is awesome, and that thing steers. So if you love undercarriage details, this is a very nicely detailed undercarriage. The muffler and the exhaust system are separate, and that exhaust pipe is literally floating, so that's pretty nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't allow you to know what this model is or who made it, because there's no room to print that information. But there's a full-size wheel and tire here, and it even has the Toyota badge on it. It looks like I just moved it. Well, anyways, so that's quite realistic looking. The tire treads look pretty good as well. And from the side, not too off-roady. Yeah, they don't look like truck tires, so that's good. And then the wheels do look accurate to some of the photographs I pulled up, these swept designs. So if this is sweeping in this direction, is it? Yeah, it's cutting into the wind in this direction, which may or may not be correct. It doesn't match the photographs, but then again, the doors don't match the photographs I pulled up either, so I don't know. Looking at this wheel, we have a Toyota badge, and it's quite clear and crisp. Those wheels are passing air. I can see a little bit of light getting through there. I don't know if there's going to be brakes on something like this. Probably not, but maybe. This is a nice sky blue metallic on the top part of the body, at least. The bottom is just a gray, a dark gray. This door handle actually is sticking out a little bit. Oh, look at this. Is this actually... No, never mind. I thought for a second there was light getting back there. But it's nicely done. It's black and it's got the little lock on it. The window molding is nicely printed. You know, we got these little buttons here. Maybe these things pop out or something. And then, yeah, those rigid mirrors. There is a reflector, I think. Yeah, so that's nice. Let me get back out a little bit. So far, so good. Let's go into the front. Those headlights look really nice. Look at all the depth in there, and the light buckets and stuff. All the refraction. And yeah, those are very good headlights. There's like the bumps in the middle that look like light bulbs. Alright, the grill has a tiny bit of a texture in there. Yeah, it's physical. But wait a second. Yeah, this grill doesn't match that photograph I pulled up either. I couldn't see the front because it had the foam on it. This looks like it's a light. Maybe in 1 year they had lights here, but it's very shiny. It's like a chrome in here. So I'm not sure what year this one is. Nice to see something on the license plate. It just says Previa. It's not physically a license plate, it's just a decal there. Nice grill texture in here. And maybe these are like toe rings or something like that. There's no additional color though. Maybe that's accurate though. This might be one of those gray plastic bumpers, and maybe this is a gray plastic molding. Door handles look good here. Opposing locks. More of those prints there. Uh-oh. What's this thing? Please be dust. Yes, nice. Fuel fillers on this side. Pretty tight panel gaps. I mean, it seems they're smaller than a dental pick, so that's really good for a die-cast model. Alright, thick red clear plastic taillights. They printed the backups on it, as well as the Toyota badge and the lock dot. And then the silver in here is pretty nice and crisp and legible as well. So this is a Previa GX. There's a rear wiper blade. That's a separate piece, so I don't want to pick at it. There are some defroster lines. I feel like they're a little bit big and unnecessary. Let's see. The end of the muffler. Yeah, it's just blanked off. It's pretty small though. And it's pointed downwards, so I don't think you're going to notice it much. Just looking for QC problems here. It seems pretty good so far. Ooh, this is nice. So we got a clear sunroof in front and a really tinted rear part of the vehicle. Like all the back windows are quite dark, but they are tinted. You can see outline a little bit of the seats through there, at least I can. So if we have the interior now, well, what's up with these wiper blades? Yeah, those are separate pieces. I think they're photo etched metal because they're very thin, but they're bent metal starting in this hole and then they're bent down. So those are really cool. So this thing must have opposing wiper blades. Interesting. Alright. This interior is not white, it's like a really light gray. But I like it because you can see so much of the details. Look at those seats. So they have like these black stripes on the side. I don't know if that's accurate to a real Previa, but they look cool. You know, cushion details. The steering wheel, it seems okay, I guess. Is there a rear view mirror? I think, well, I don't know. I kind of feel like there's something going on here. Maybe it is there. Yeah, I think there is one. You can actually see some stalks on the steering column. And then a little bit of that dashboard down there is black. Oh, also black up in there. That's a pretty funky dashboard. Hold on here. I was looking for screws. I wanted to open this, but I'm going to guess it's hidden either underneath one of these things. And I don't know where the front. It's probably hidden underneath this plastic that's holding the uprights in place. Alright, well, boy. Let me zoom in here to this front window. Yeah, there's some sort of printing as if there's a keyboard or something on that dashboard. And then that whole middle section of the dash is black and it's sweeping around. So that's pretty cool. The door handles, armrests, they all look pretty good. Okay. Now the rear, we're gonna have to get a flashlight for this. Nice to have a sunroof. Yeah, it's got captain's chairs here for the second row seats. Good door details. There's a door mechanism, hand latch or whatever. The third row seats, that's a little tougher. Yeah, there's a down armrest in the rear. Look at that. That's interesting they would go through that effort. Oh, are those captain's chairs too? I think all four rear seats are captain's chairs with armrests. So that's pretty cool. I kind of want to take a ride in one of these now. I think this would be a cool road trip car. Alright, so that's a really cool interior. You know, I really like the black printing on the seats. The instrument binnacle, that's going to be a tough one because it's blocked by such a big steering wheel. But maybe. Hold on. I'm going to zoom in again. That's 4 times. Oh, there's a Toyota badge on the steering wheel. So that's cool. I don't know if there's anything in that instrument cluster. It's pretty far down. I don't think there is, but that's perfectly fine. It's so small. I don't think it'd be easy to get a graphic in there, even a decal. It's nice to see on the steering wheel, though. Alright. Let's back out here. Did I miss anything? I feel like what I'm tapping is actually metal, but it looks like there's plastic going, I don't know. I'm not sure how they constructed this. Maybe this is all metal here, and then this, yeah, the windows are actually popping up to sit flush with the roof. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing there. So it's really nicely done. The roof casting and the plastic sunroofs are relatively, you know, on the same plane or same surface. Oh, I know that matters to you guys. Well, you know, considering the thing actually steers, it's not bad. This is actually probably realistic. Real cars don't roll like Hot Wheels, guys, because rubber tires deform. But in this case, you can roll it with a lot of force, and in this case, you can steer it with a lot of force. So that's actually, well, at least going forward. I think it's dragging the inside of the fender going backwards. So that's pretty cool. Alright, good for posing photos at least. Look at that, that's a drift fan right there. Let me get the good old spin machine here. And share the one club photo I could find in Vietnam. Now, this thing always spins too fast when it starts up. There you go. So let's see, van wise, here's a TLV Town Ace. This is actually pretty cool with this retro striping there. Doesn't tell me what year it is. All I know is this casting was done in 2014, and the bottom just says Town Ace, so I don't know what generation it is. But pretty colorful interior on that one. But just printed on wiper blades. No license plate. But I guess, oh yeah, the vans and trucks don't have suspension from TLV. So if you watch my channel, you know I like to rag on TLV. I'll take it easy on them today. Here's a high ace van. Alrighty. Here's a modern Alvarado. And I put some of those alloy wheels that you can get for Hot Wheels on this guy. I think I also repainted the interior of that. And then, if you watch my channel, you know I like to talk about like BA. Green lights, BA Baracus. That's the GMC Bandura from the A-Team. If you're not an old person, you might not actually know what that thing is. So, it's a minivan, you know, full-size van, minivan. Let's get this thing spinning on its own. Guess we're gonna pull it back into a gas station today. Let's see if I can support the weight of this. Well, GCD is pulled through today. I don't see any quality control problems. Everything looked pretty good to me. I may have missed something, but for now it seems alright. There's a lot of detail on this thing, inside and out. It seems like a lot of extra detail on the undercarriage. Boy, I don't know. I guess I recommend it. I kind of feel like GCD could maybe make a more affordable product if they didn't have this plastic box, because there's no like sensitive, well, I guess the wiper blades could be considered sensitive, but the box, as I mentioned, is useless. So yeah, this is a win. They seem to be hit or miss. This is definitely a win. The Mercedes-Benz Actros truck is a win, but I was really let down by their Mercedes Pullman limousine. So, okay, well, hopefully if you like minivans, you enjoyed this video.